Hey guys, it's really late here in the UK. It's like after 1 o'clock, and I really should, like I say, it's really late and I should sleep probably. But I did want to make one more video, probably a bit impatiently because I could have perhaps waited for either tomorrow or another day to make it. But never mind. I'll say I probably should sleep, but never mind. I hope I can still manage to wake up early tomorrow. But yeah, the topic of this video, I think I did mention before that, come to think of it, that I wasn't going to talk about dyslexia till next year because Dyslexia Awareness Month has finished. But anyway, while the idea was fresh, I thought I'd talk about it, and that's about people from Asia, especially India, countries like Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and Singapore, and just generally Asia. I'm hoping they'll learn as much as possible about about dyslexia. And I share a lot of these videos with people from dyslexia groups, but I hope that also the politicians and other people across in the country, possibly even educators, teachers, and whatnot, and the general population will learn about dyslexia. So that, but I said also, like, there's not just the strengths or just the positives, like some of the weaknesses as well, but also, but mainly the strengths and the positives, so that they can see that a dyslexic person. I've often mentioned, like, a dyslexic person in the classroom might not be really good academically in many areas, especially not languages, which is, I think dyslexia means difficulty with languages in English. I think it's a Greek word, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, being slightly dyslexic myself, although I talked a bit about this, but I had one-to-one help, so I learned to spell. So you can't really tell I'm dyslexic unless I say I'm dyslexic, although I write in really weird punctuation on that. I don't know why I do that, but it's like a bad habit I've developed. I can kind of guess. And I have a really bad habit of wanting to put punctuation where I shouldn't. So apologies about that. But I'll say hopefully people will like these videos that I make. I think when I write on Facebook, or as you can probably tell in the comments, like it's quite difficult to express myself, and that's one of the reasons why sorry, I just wanted to do this. Oops. That's one of the reasons why sorry, I'm just trying to close some programs down so that I find laptops a bit difficult to use. I was thinking if I have too many programs on at the same time, it might slow down the laptop. So I don't want. I definitely don't want to damage it, or because no one will kill me because it's a laptop, as I mentioned in some of my previous videos. But anyway, sorry. Lost my train of thought now. Yes, so making videos is like more visual, and I think it's quite fun to do. But I keep mentioning, I know, but I hope that someone out there will enjoy my videos, and they're better than I think. Yeah, so hopefully people will find this video interesting. I was going to say India to learn about dyslexia and autism and A.D.H.D and other conditions, neurodiversity. In other words, like the umbrella for learning disabilities or neurodiversity or learning disabilities. I use the terms interchangeably. Yeah, so like, but as I say, also some of the weaknesses and some of the challenges we might face, but at the same time, like, there's a lot of entrepreneurs or business people, if you prefer to call them that, with dyslexia have done really well. I've talked about some of them before, like Charles Schwab, John Chambers, Richard Branson's a well-known one, Paul O'Fallon. Well, I've just been watching now some of his videos. I think it's really interesting what he says. Don't know if I agree with everything he says, but obviously he knows more about business than I know, and probably more than I'll ever know, I assume. But unfortunately for my sake. But anyway, so these people are proof that dyslexic people can achieve great things. And I think, it would be great if young dyslexic people in classrooms in places like Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and places like Singapore, and across Asia, will learn about. One, I hope those young students will learn, so they'll get more confidence and feel better about themselves. And secondly, I hope that the teachers and other people in society will learn about their strengths. So if they see a young dyslexic or person with A.D.H.D in a classroom, they will know that whilst they might have weakness in some areas, they might be stronger in other areas. Some people say no one's weak at everything and no one's good at everything. We've all got, some have got more than others, but probably everyone's got some sort of weakness somewhere. Not everyone's probably got some strength somewhere, I assume. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what they say, probably to make people feel better. But I know there are many famous dyslexics. Many have said they're dyslexic in their own words. Some of them, sometimes on Google or YouTube itself, you'll hear about, especially on Google, you'll hear about famous people who are said to be dyslexic, but I don't know if there's any evidence to suggest they are actually dyslexic. It's probably just rumours or hearsay. But sometimes dyslexic people like Richard Branson or Paulo Fala, who's also got A.D.H.D, John Chambers, Craig McCall, Charles Schwab, and many others. In many of these cases I mentioned there, almost all of them are billionaires. So it shows what dyslexic people can do, and I'd love to see people from India, as I say, Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and Singapore achieve things like that, become the next Richard Branson or John James or Charles Schwab. And again, I talked about before in previous videos about how I love John Chambers and people like that to set up their own, and Richard Branson, people like that to set up their own entrepreneurship centres to teach or train up young dyslexics with their achieve a lot. So yeah, as I said, I was going to say just India, but then I decided to say the whole of Asia, and especially Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and Singapore. I suppose I'm choosing those areas at least partly because there's a large Eurasian. Each of those countries have a large, or at least at one point had large Eurasian populations, like European, part Asian, like myself. So I suppose I'm like killing two birds with one stone. I'm supporting countries that have Eurasian population, but I'm also supporting dyslexics as an anti-imperialist as well. I'm supporting them, those countries in Asia. So I thought, yeah, I'd say Asia, but then I'd share this video with Indian groups on Facebook, so that which I'm hoping to do when I go to the library, maybe either tomorrow or the day after. I might not do it tonight because I think I need to go sleep soon and also turn this PC off. Anyway, sorry if I'm waffling, and I left this video quite late to make, and I'll try and make some more like this one, improve them. But yeah, neurodiversity like autism, A.D.H.D, and dyslexia. There's loads of, I don't know how many, what percentage of entrepreneurs have autism, but in the UK, like 20% of self-made millionaires apparently have dyslexia, and about 35% in America. So I think that's a really good really good stats. And the problem, like maybe countries like India, or again the other Asian nations, when they look so much at how well you do academically, they don't. They miss out on qualities of perhaps creativity. People who might not be very good at following instructions or doing the same things as everyone else, but might have different strengths. And even like I was thinking, like in China, where apparently they see people with learning disabilities, and here in the UK this would be a non-politically correct term, non-PC term. But they say in China they say people with dyslexia are seen as mentally retarded. But someone said, I don't know if that's true, but I think like if they saw these statistics, they might think differently. And also, and famous dyslexics generally, and also like I think Lee Q. Yuan, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but he was the first leader of Singapore. Was pretty much the founder of, I think he was pretty much the founder of Singapore when it became independent from Malaysia, I think it was. But he was dyslexic, and I think they say he made a lot of reforms that actually made China what it is today. Like helped China to become challenging, to become a superpower. And it's ironic that a dyslexic person did that, and yet people in China apparently see dyslexics as stupid or backwards, or as I say, mentally retarded or whatever. And I think it would be great if people in China found out about Lee Q Yuan and the strengths of dyslexic people as well. I mainly wish to support Malaysia, Malaysia, Indonesia, and especially India and Singapore. Probably India the most in a way, but the rest of Asia as well. So I think it'd be great if China also found out about this sort of stuff. So anyway, if you watched this video, I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. And please give a like and share, especially especially with people from Asia. Thanks. Peace out.